in today's video, we're gonna see why most traders fail using smart money concepts. All right, so let's see what we're gonna see today. Now, first of all, we will need context. Okay, so smart money concepts are not the problem; the execution is. Okay, so many traders believe that smart money concept do not work. Okay, or does not work, and in reality, most traders fail because they misunderstand how smart money concepts should be applied. Now, I'm gonna explain in this video why smart money concept looks like inconsistent to most traders, right? The real reasons that traders lose money in the smart money concepts and what needs to change for consistency. All right, now let's talk about the common misconception. And all of this is like what I could summarize based on my 5 years experience using being in this trading world, let's say. And also, well, of these 5 years executing in market, 2.5 has been with smart money concepts. Okay. Now, most traders think the smart money concept is a strategy, and this is the first mistake. Okay, because smart money concepts are, and this is the thing, a framework to read price behavior, a way to understand institutional intent, and not a mechanical buy or sell system. This is the thing. It's not. Okay. When traders treat smart money concepts like indicator, they fail. And the thing is that this smart money concept is just a way of understanding the behavior of the market as any other type of strategy that is out there. And all of them like relies with this same misconception, which is if they in their own are not systems to operate. They're just frameworks to read the price behavior. Now, what we really need to do is create rules or setups to help you understand when to buy or when to sell. All right, but we're gonna see that later. Now, this is the problem number one, okay? And this is the information overload, especially with this type of strategy or system. So too much information and no structure. So most traders learn market structure from one source, order blocks from another, liquidity for social media clips, and they combine everything without rules. And this is the biggest mistake we may ever have, right? And this led to confusion, hesitation, and inconsistent execution. It's sad to say, but this is how it works, right? I know that out there's a lot of traders who are showing us like me their strategies. But if you just pick one of another, one strategy for one, and you just start creating like a Frankenstein, it's like if you're, like completing a puzzle. But let's say I offer you one puzzle, which all the pieces are organized. If you use my puzzle, but then you use another trader's puzzle, and then you use another trader's puzzle, now the pieces of the puzzle are not the same and they would match. Never ever, right? Because each trader has its own method to build their own strategy, right? And my piece of advice is just, okay, this is the first mistake. Okay, the pieces of advice I can give you later, but this is one mistake that most of the traders have. All right. Now, why this causes losses is very evident, right? More concepts equals not better results, right? If you have more concept, it doesn't mean you have better results. You may understood the direction, and you may use thousands of indicators, Fibonacci tools, supply and demand zones, and all that stuff, but you will be overwhelmed, right? And with that structure, every setup looks like valid. Every move looks like tradable. Every loss creates doubt. And traders are not losing because of bad analysis. This is the most important thing. They're losing because they have no execution framework. All right. And this is something that, of course, I suffered in certain moment of my life as a trader, right? When I was starting understanding all of this. And my piece of advice with this presentation is just like I portray this type of mistakes, but maybe you are committing and like me, right, in certain moment. But of course, the goal with this is just like reframe it and give you certain guidance with it. Now, this is the problem number two. So most traders don't know when not to trade. This is important. I'm gonna repeat it twice. So most traders don't know when not to trade. So they ask, is this order block or instead of, does this fit my rules? Now, without rules, entries are emotional, stop loss are random, and losses feel like personal. Okay, when you just grab one piece of content about certain strategy, right, your brain starts like focusing on that concept on the market, right? Then when you start, as an let's put it as an example, order blocks, so your brain start actually analyzing all the order blocks, and instead of having a set of rules, you just trade every order block you see, and that will lead you to multiple losses, emotional entries, and the problem we have multiple losses is the emotional impact, because we are humans. We're not robots, right? And as a professional traders, we need to train our emotions. And this is the once you know a proper strategy, which is like the first step. I mean, let's say that like that. This is the first step. The second step is control or know your emotions well enough in order not to be sabotaged by them, right? Or sabotage yourself with your own emotions, right? All right. So this is the problem number two. Let's see now the problem number three. So the problem number three is confusing confirmation with hope. Okay, so waiting is a skill that most traders don't develop, and this is key. I would say, talking about my own strategy, I need to be very patient, right? And something that cost me a lot on this path and process is learning to be patient, right? So many traders enter before the structure confirms, enter because price near to the level they think they will be, justified by interest emotionally. And that's, I know if this relates to you, that also relates with me. So it resonates with me because I did this type of things, all right? So smart money concept requires patience. And I would say any other strategy, right? Because when you have rules, you just have to accomplish them, period. There is no other thing. And there will be many cases in which the market will behave in a way that doesn't fit with your rules, and you need to be ready or prepared, right, in order to not to trade, okay, or be patient enough to execute it when it should be. So most traders don't train patience; they just rush. I'm not worried. It's not just for you; it's also for me. Now, this is the problem number four. So there are higher time frame context, okay? So if there is no higher time frame context, you will be actually lost, okay? So trading lower time frames is good, right? But without direction, this would lead to counter trend trades, which, do not misunderstand me. They are good, but sometimes if you don't know the real direction, it will be very painful, right? Constant stop outs, and emotional frustration. So I know you have this situation in which you, for example, are in a bullish trend and you're waiting for confirmations to enter on the market. So you start like executing orders to buy. So you got one loss, you get one stop out, you enter in the second one. Then the third order is emotionally, because you want to recover the two previous losses you had, and you have another order, and then you execute another order, and then you see that your account has diminished in a 30%, 50%. Even some of you, like me, has lost your account doing that type of things. And then the next day, or even in the afternoon, or a day week later, you analyze that small piece of market that you executed, and then you realize it was a better string, and it was executing everything wrong because you didn't have the correct direction bias. And probably if this relates to you, it's something that happens to most of us. So this is the number four problem, right? Now this is the problem number five, right? So psychological pressure. This is one of the most complex to identify, because once you get, like I said before, once you get your strategy well done, set up, or framed, let's say, the next step is understand your psychological pressures, right? So most traders trade under financial pressure. Something I'm gonna make a video about it later. So trade with unrealistic expectations. So if you're the type of trader who's making Excels and becoming a millionaire in 12 months, well, I come from the future, let me tell you. I did that 5 years ago, didn't work. And it took me 5 years to understand that it won't work unless I change, right? And then trade without routines, because even the most relaxed trader you may find on social media, and when I say relax, are the type of traders who execute orders when they are on the beach or by their cell phone, which is not bad. Don't take me wrong. They do have a routine, right? They do have a routine. Even if they are in the cell phone executing orders like very chill or casual or relaxed, they are actually executing a routine. The ones who are professional and reliable, right? There are another ones who are just selling lifestyle, but that's another type of content creators. They're not real traders, right? Now, pressure creates overtrading, revenge trading, and strategy hope. So you have lived all of them: overtrading, putting more orders that you should execute; revenge trading, which is when you execute one order and you have one stop out, and then you say, "Cheers, I'm just gonna recover this loss." You have say two losses. You say, "All right, I'm gonna put more lots on this next order to recover the last two orders," and then you do not follow risk management rules, and then you maybe lose. And that's revenge trading. You just want to recover, or you just feel revenge against the market. Right? Then you have a strategy hold, and this is hoping, and this is just like you just change strategy every 6 months, every 5 months, every 2 months. Don't worry, it happened to me. I changed my strategy like 3 times until I understood that it was not a strategy. It was right, but it's a process, right? Now, this is not a smart money issue, it's a smart money concept issue. It's a behavioral issue. And you need to understand this because in this years of experience, I have understand that trading shows us who we really are. So if you're changing your strategy hope every single time because oh, this didn't work. Oh, I'm gonna change for this. Oh, I'm gonna change for this. Believe me, it's not just trading. You may have done this type of things with other type of projects at university, at school, with your relationship with your friends. So bear in mind because this type of profession personally showed me who I really was, right? And it will happen to you as right. So it's a behavioral issue, and this is the most difficult part because this is a psychological thing that just live in your head, not mine. I may have certain patterns that I can share with you that may be kind of similar that you might have lived, but you have your own, and it's your responsibility to find those and correct them, right? Let's keep going. So this is the real reason most traders fail. Okay, so they focus on analysis instead of execution. The smart money concepts demand discipline, consistency, rules, and emotional control. And let me tell you something before I keep reading. So when you consider you're good because you spend a lot of hours back testing certain strategy, and in the back testing, you feel everything is going perfect. So you feel a rush because you say, holy moly, I'm gonna make it, right? I gonna make it. I'm good at this. Now I can see myself doing this and that. But then in the real market, when you are in London station or any station you're executing your order, you see that those results that you got in backtesting are not perceived in the in your execution or in the moment you execute the orders, right? So the problem is not your analysis because maybe you are really good at analyzing the market, which is something that is really important, right? But the most important thing here is execute the order properly, right? And that's something that I have lived, and probably I think that was the thing that delayed my process the most because it was the thing that cost me the most to understand about myself. That the problem was not the strategy, but it was my execution. Now, most traders keep searching for a better setup, a better indicator, a secret confirmation, instead of improving how they execute. So I hope this has been very clear. Now, just just to summarize a little bit, of course, here is Smart Habits, which is this channel, right? I have a perspective. Now, the consistency comes from structure plus habits. This is something that personally has worked the best for me. And I encourage you to analyze it in your life. I mean, so smart money concepts, particularly this one, this strategy or this system, works when rules are clear, execution is repeated, life pressure is controlled, and habit support decisions. So it's not just trading, my friends. It's not just analyzing the market. It's that all the things that are surrounding your actual triggers a better execution and a better analysis in. So now most of you would say, come on, I don't want to follow this type of rules. This is really boring. I really don't want to take this. I'd rather prefer to follow another people or just execute do trading while I'm in the beach or doing other. Go on, do it. No, would you be a professional trader one? I don't know. Probably, if you really want to follow that, do your path and they show me, right? And I will be there to clap you, right? Because I will be really happy. But I'm pretty sure that even if you do it that way, which is it will be your way, you would find that you will set up certain rules that are you would do something that is repeatable, even if it looks like it's not. Your life pressure will be in control and your habits will support those decisions. I'm pretty sure about it. Now, trading success is built on the chart, definitely, and outside the chart. Now, to trade a smart money concept correctly, traders must simplify their model, define the strict rules, trade less, not more, and build routines that reduce. So, in the smart money concepts, right, let me show you the next. The smart money concepts work. Most traders don't work them correctly. All right. So, in this presentation, my friends, this is only the step one. In the next videos, I will break down how to simplify smart money concept execution and how to define a real market structure rules. Now, I have already done some videos and I kindly suggest you to explore them, in which I explain the real market structure and basic market structure as well. Then I will keep also making videos how to build habits that will protect your execution, because this is something that we work out of the markets. Okay. And finally, my friends, if you find this information valuable and you think it helped you, remember that this channel is for traders who want clarity, traders who value discipline, and traders who want consistency, not hype. So if you relate to this type of people or traders, I kindly suggest you to subscribe to this channel. Every week I will keep updating new valuable information about my experience, because this is not just something I want to share with you, but it's something that also helped me becoming better, because when you teach, you learn twice. Finally, my friends, if you do have a certain questions, please revise this video, this presentation, and leave a comment. I will be really happy to read all of your comments, okay? Nothing more to say, my friends. Thank you so much for coming and watching this video, or spend certain time watching this, and I'll see you in the next video. Have a lovely day. Bye-bye.